they like to use the impeach word. Impeach Trump. Maxine Waters, we will impeach him. But he didn't do anything wrong. It doesn't matter. We will impeach him. We will impeach him. But he's doing a great job. Doesn't matter. Remember that line. He's doing a great job. That doesn't matter. We'll impeach him. It is a hell of a place in Washington. We will impeach. But I say, how do you impeach somebody that's doing a great job, that hasn't done anything wrong? I'll be the only president in history. They'll say, what a job he's done. By the way, we're impeaching him. They'll say, we want to impeach him, and you'll impeach him. It's so ridiculous. But we'll worry about that if it ever happens. But if it does happen, it's your fault because you didn't go out to vote. Okay? You didn't go out to vote. You didn't go out to vote.
He doth protesteth too much, Rev.
Well, I mean, this is probably what he hears while he's sleeping, nightmares of, impeach. But when he says you don't impeach somebody because he's doing a good job, and I can debate that he's not doing a good job, but you impeach somebody because they've done something impeachable. I mean,
right.
the logic of his statement is so clear on he, again, as I said earlier in the show about Obama, doesn't even understand what the country stands for. Right. Your job that you do as president has nothing to do if you've done impeachable acts. We're talking about whether someone was in collusion with American adversaries, another country. We're talking about all kinds of obstruction of justice, and that has nothing to do with whether or not you handle the economy or not. But he doesn't get it. He thinks that you're supposed to go out there and keep them in because I've given you a tax cut.
Well, I gave you a MAGA hat.
No, I totally agree. But also, let's just pull back for a second and marvel at the fact that this is a man who is more concerned with hunting down who wrote a negative op-ed about him.
That more people will see because of his 4-day attack on said person.
Right. More concerned with that than he is with a criminal conspiracy by Russia, a foreign adversary, to influence our elections that has infiltrated his campaign. So some people would call that treason, frankly. But yet he's somehow wrapping himself in the mantle of the flag. And that's really the problem, because really in his mind, he is the state. So any attack on him is an attack on the state, is anti-American. If he understood anything about what the country stood for or supposed to, he would know it's the exact opposite.
Let me just ask you if this is the strategy they've landed on, or if impeachment was just on his mind, or if that was like his word of the day on his little calendar. I mean, like, where did that come from? Well,
certainly, whether the White House has decided this is the right strategy or not is unclear, and it's a good question. Certainly, there are people around him, though, sort of outside network who he talks to quite a bit,
Rudy,
and others, who think that impeachment is potentially not a bad argument for them. That they feel like that would look like it's overreach. That this is a duly elected president. If he has not been convicted of any sort of crime, that would be too far, and therefore he shouldn't.
But he can't be convicted of crime. He would be impeached.
Right, exactly. But like the proof of wrongdoing, I should say. The thing that worries people more would be the Democrats get the House, and suddenly it is just investigation after investigation after investigation. That is just they haul up anyone who has had any sort of contact with the Trump administration before a committee, not just on Russia, but on corruption, about emoluments, about everything else, and that they would just utterly stonewall whatever the Trump administration's agenda would be in the next 2 years, and just make that the image of the day. The next person just being sworn in to in front of a congressional hearing and having to talk about the wrongdoings of this administration. That terrifies people around the president far more than the impeachment thing, which they think is still pretty far off and not very realistic.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.